I just checked the weather app. This gets done, you know, guys, we actually kind of are not looking too good.
You want to flex your seal, boy?
But I will show you guys what it's looking like in the morning. Jesse's going over to where he sleeps. It sounds like, what? Oh, no. I just checked the weather app. This is going to be fun. Starting in about 4 hours, we got like 4 inches of rain and about 10 inches of snow coming in the next 7 days. Water is seriously my #1 enemy where I'm at. The cold is nothing to a big pimp like myself. I can do stuff like this and stuff like that. The summer's pretty terrible. But the water, that stuff could take me out. This is a cool little creek most of the time. Sometimes it's dried up. Sometimes it's a freaking river. That's why I've got my chickens and my goats over here where this hill is. What's up, chickens? My goats, oh my gosh, they escaped. Ain't got no goats. I've just been editing the last 4 days. I bet you guys can believe I have been living here while editing and not cleaning anything, and I bet you guys could believe that one as well. It's seriously gonna be a messed up week and about to start at about 4 hours, and I gotta get my life together and all that stuff like that. Hey. Really? Dang. Yeah, I probably did. He just stopped by and let me know that Buck has disappeared also. I don't just even got time for all that right now. Jesse's at the store getting Flex Seal because our roof over there, that thing seriously leaks. It's not really an issue, but we might as well fix that one before we get 7 days straight of. Got a rotisserie chicken. We just been eating that. Bagels and cream cheese and stuff like that, you know. What the sh... Man, what the hell? We seriously have a bunch of rain that's about to come. We got this river where it's a creek, but it could become a river, and it's gotten close to getting over the bank, and it probably could get over the bank at any point, you know what I'm saying, guys? And you know, I'm not prepared for that. If that happens, it's just gonna be a real fun time. We're gonna see what happens if that happens. If you guys know what I'm talking about. Oh man, I'm not even preparing for it right now. I'm cleaning the kitchen, as you guys can see. But that, you know, that has to be it's not too sick in here. But it's done, you know, guys.
Welcome to Liberty Falls. Population? Well, less than yesterday. Never been so glad to see backup arrive. Hell, I'm lucky I'm still in one piece.
What's up, guys?
I need you to look for survivors. Subdue any threats. Help me save this town. Copy. Be advised, we lost contact with 3 of our scientists in town trying to stop the outbreak. Find them, bring them home. We need brain power as much as firepower.
Here we go. You gonna give me a gun or a swift kick in the balls? I bet you get off on this, you sadistic wood prick.
For a team who didn't expect to take on the apocalypse today, you're handling this well.
Fortunately for you, I am a patient man. About fucking time someone dealt me a winning hand.
It's not dripping on also bad. Oh, shit. Comes the whole man. This is a strange substance. That's cool. Got another can, and I might. Alright, you're welcome. I'll be back up here with some more knowledge.
Don't tease me, Box. Just cough it up. Got the hardware. God knows I've got the training.
Turn them to pieces. Watch your six. There's gotta be more crawlers out there. Max ammo.
Heads! You lose. This better not be like Apolina's Matryoshka dolls who give me a bunch of smaller
Another tango
boxes.
identified. How many kinds of these freaks are there? Bonus points. Insta-kill.
At least in Spec Ops, I knew what weapons I'd deploy with. Hey, shitbags! How's that light up your afterlife?
Midnight right now. But Fucking also are also trying to get some sleep. Hey, did you know that? I'm in my house over here. Oh my god. You got
Now that's fucking crowd control.
Stop, kid.
It's at the ghost hour of their that will get more prepared for that. What's up, boy? That's crazy. Open up to me. What's up, man? Back. Like, you guys think I'm alive? I want to see it. Right?
Two in the chest, one on the head. Spoiler, the head's all you need. This thing is half as crazy as it looks. I'm in for a good time.
Hope all you guys have a beautiful day and a beautiful Elon Musk lost 18 billion. So wonder that suddenly magically Elon Musk is looking to possibly replace that $1 billion by getting it from fraud everywhere, right? Because of that sweet cash. So he's angry, he's pissed off, he's losing in the courts. That's the subject of today's video. Check out what he's tweeting out today. I'd like to propose that the worst 1% of appointed judges and determined by elected bodies be
Tear them to
the year.
pieces.
This will root out this actually is quite good because it tries to break the law in such a way that the one
Need to jump out. Expo Hill is ready to go.
That's a great idea. So the bottom tier. Again, that's not the bottom. They're involved in this story basically. They are currently blocked with the Lewis team by court order. Judges blocked them. And here's the kicker: they have to delete data. And I think this is the part that may really get Musk can actually figure out non-stop. It's hard to go through all this stuff. I'll go through a little bit of it. He has like accounts that he interacts with all the time. The Democrats first, Musk there. Go or get rid of some security all the time. And they
members of Congress, and this is Daniel Goldman. Daniel said, if one thing does disagree on Musk's excessive American personal data, he was ordered to destroy any data they already took. Elon Musk confirmed he has followed the court order. And this is Elon Musk's reply. We don't have the personal data of Americans, you corrupt moron.
You're done with the face. Next stop, the recycling bin.
It's funny when you do this stuff. And this is something I want to point out. When you see the interaction of people and you see sort of like who's on one side, who's on the other side, you'll get a sense of like how these things go down. So for example,
Fuck center mass, I'm spraying some gray.
Cutting away from
Suspending exfil for now, Alpha. You're on your own.
Needs work.
Discounts.
He develops whatever new technology. He wants to put it on the road, forget about the proper licenses, forget about safety. Does he want to do what he wants to do, which is essentially ignoring the rights or the safety of other people. That's sort of how Musk thinks. But yeah, I agree with Rokana. Hey, if you want to do it properly, come to Congress. Also, it's kind of interesting on chemistry, Elon Musk. This is what Jamie Raskin talking about this in depth. On the Democrat side, there's basically the artist. That's just me. This is the kind of stuff you get Musk on. Any number of things that are discounted. The data I didn't put on the affiliate itself. You also have this.
Looks like 10 pounds of death in a 5-pound bag.
Now. And Glenn Beck, kind of running the same circle when you're so manospheres, Broly, RP. So I'll kind of show you guys some more, but let me see if I have this right. Now, this judge was not elected, nor was he given, and we kind of people. Enough is enough. The people demand. Yeah.
Hey everyone, welcome to Bald Guy Money. I am Bald Guy, coming to you from my old home in Rome, Italy.
Do this all day. I got plenty of courses. Walk right into it. Those idiots always do.
Or they're thinking they're going to sell it and buy it back later at a price. Now, this, of course, forces us to...
Who needs a tank when you are the tank?
As no surprise to you all, that in the case of gold, it is actually paying off.
price gains as they now consume more than 20% of annual gold production. But the more important question that nobody is answering is, can this without
Tear them to pieces!
You weren't using your brain anyway.
By using their current purchase price and benchmark.
Max ammo. Expo is available, Alpha Team.
Which should be a good indicator of how much longer you have to direction. Once that's covered, I will answer your question, which I think challenge a lot of others to consider personally watching the video. Now, just before we check out www.summit.com, my gold and silver at a great price. Link to this deal is in the
Learn the hard way to not overstay my welcome. Send exfil now.
Roger that. Bird headed your way.
And I want to
Too many buggies on the ground. Make some room. On final approach, next location.
Grenade out.
You got 30 seconds to catch that ride. Last call. This bird won't wait.
Anyone ever tell you your face looks like the business end of a hot dog?
That's the part. And for those of you who are saying that, I have this to say. When looking, this is Democracy Watch. Mark, we have major news on pretty much the biggest story in the country right now, which is this idea that Elon Musk's Doge Commission has access to all Americans' sensitive data, including social security numbers, for example. A federal judge has finally stepped in. Can you explain what just happened?
Yeah, this is a blockbuster ruling from a federal judge in New York City who was asked on an emergency basis to block access to very sensitive databases at the U.S. Treasury Department. Not just blocking on us, right? Some of the earlier cases we talked about, there has been this kind of like parsing about whether Doge would be in the Treasury Department, but it was read only and they couldn't write, or whether only the special government employees could have access to the information without others. What this judge did is said nobody from Doge can have access to these databases. Only career civil servants within the Treasury Department can have access to these databases, and that any materials or printouts or downloads of any information from these databases have to be destroyed by anyone associated with Doge who may have them. So this judge has really, at this point, put a complete halt on the infiltration, the exfiltration of data, the infiltration with personnel, the embedding of personnel into these databases that have personally identifying information like people's social security. This is a big, bold order from a very good, experienced federal judge in New York City. It's only a temporary hold, so the case can be ultimately heard on the merits and decided. That is true about all these cases we're hearing about, and no one should worry about it. That's how the system works, right? Is that first there's an emergency order, and there's sort of status quo put in place, and then the case is decided.
Mark, this might be the cynic in me coming out, but who is to say that they're actually going to comply with this order if any folks who would be in positions of oversight are already Trump lackeys, all the inspectors general have been fired, and so who is there to make sure that they comply?
Right, and so look, you sound like the comments that we've gotten at Democracy Docket when Democracy Docket reported this, and you sound like my Blue Sky feed. People who say, great, Mark, but like, they're not going to comply. And I understand the skepticism, right? Because, Mr. Big Balls, the one guy, and I don't remember, is he the neo-Nazi? There's one that has sort of a Nazi problem.
When we can't remember which one is Big Balls and which one is the guy who wants to normalize Indian hate, I think that's when there's a general culture problem. I think that's a larger problem here.
Right. And of course, the vice president, with no other official duties, is deciding to weigh in in favor of rehiring the guy in favor of Indian hate.
While he has to go home to his Indian American wife and his 3 Indian American kids, but I guess that's the cost of loyalty to Donald Trump.
Right. But so look, I understand the skepticism that people have here, but what I can tell you is that this federal judge, by issuing this order as quickly as he did, I mean, the state of New York and the states that brought this lawsuit brought it on Friday, and by sort of early in the morning on Saturday, this order was already in place. And like I said, it is a very sweeping order. Anyone who is caught with those materials or where there is evidence that they did not destroy them will be subject to contempt of court, which can be quite serious. And the lawyers associated with it, they face problems if they don't make sure that their clients and that the executive branch knows this. Other employees in the Department of Justice, or in the Treasury Department could face problems. But this is in some sense the most sweeping action we have seen any judge take in any of the cases against Donald Trump and the whole dismantling of government since he became president.
So this was with regard to Treasury. We have seen DOJ gain access into the Department of Labor, DOJ gain access into a variety of other organizations. So is a ruling like this going to apply to other agencies, or do we just have to wait for those agencies to be harmed so that they have standing to go in and do the same thing? But really by then we're just kind of chasing after DOJ as opposed to taking any proactive action against something that we all know that they're going to do anyway. So could this apply to other agencies even before DOJ goes in, or do we have to wait for DOJ to kind of wreak havoc before we can do something about it?
Look, I think you hit the nail on the head. So, this order only applies to Treasury, but it speaks to a larger sort of norms, culture, and expectations problem that we have, which it is good to see the judges are playing around. Like, so to be clear, this is a big deal, this case, in that journey. But let me explain it. So normally, when a federal judge has a lawsuit against the United States, against the President of the United States, against, cabinet, you can understand why they are typically skeptical of private litigants coming in and saying, we would like you to shut down the way in which the executive branch is operating in some respect. And when the Department of Justice lawyers show up in their courtrooms and say, look, Your Honor, we're operating according to what the President wants and what the Secretary of Treasury wants, and this is all about courts. Courts are normally predisposed to be like, okay, I've got the Department of Justice, they speak on behalf of the federal government. I've got cabinet officials, in the normal course, they are not inclined to think the worst of what is going on. They assume that all things being equal, it is probably the private litigant who is on the wrong side, not the government. So what we have seen, though, over the course of just the last 7 days is a real attitude shift, right? The first lawsuits that were filed, the courts were entering orders that you and I talked about that were being easily evaded. It was like a game of cat and mouse. They would issue an order, and then the government would say, oh, well, we only assumed it applied to these people and not those people. And then we started to see the courts issue broader orders we saw that order from a judge in Washington, D.C. about the OMB memo. He said, look, I don't care if it's an OMB memo. I don't care if it's a tweet from a press secretary. Like, it applies. My order prohibits you from defunding these grants in any fashion. That was the first time we saw a federal judge really, like, the aha moment went off, that deference to the federal government is not going to work, right? You need to do these broader orders. Here, we saw the judge do something and said, I'm going to apply this, basically, this order to everyone other than career civil servants. If you are not a career civil servant, if you're part of those, hands off.
Meanwhile, China has just imposed new tariffs on select U.S. goods. Now, this is in retaliation to 10% duties by the U.S. on all Chinese goods that came into effect last Monday. That was the day after President Trump delayed tariffs on Canada and Mexico. CBC's Linda Ward joins us now in studio. She's following that part of the story. So tell us a bit more of these Chinese tariffs.
Yeah, so unlike the 10% duties that Trump issued on all Chinese imports last week, these are specifically targeted at some very specific imports coming from the United States. 15% on U.S. coal, refined natural gas, and 10%
I'm in the mansion. Command
farm
center.
equipment,
Enter,
big
but
engine
intact.
cars. Chinese
Most everyone
cars
else
and
is-
makers not as
You've got eyes.
successful as Canada
Look,
and Mexico
we need to get
in
this
trying to
situation
get
under
Trump
control
to walk
ASAP.
back these
Be ready
tariffs
for
last week.
anything.
One of those leaders said earlier this week, you have no choice but to fight back.
The United States imposed a 10% tariff on Chinese goods on the grounds
Ledger to Alpha.
China is
3
strongly
Jana science staffers are missing somewhere in your area.
Measure
Okay,
China
let's threat. Counting their expertise and this operation.
I pass on the open casting.
As we know it, has not had a conversation yet with Chinese President Xi Jinping. The White House said that not one has not been scheduled. Trump has said that even deterrence could be coming if there's no stop to the fentanyl flow into the United States. China, the World Trade Organization. So we saw the effect of the trade war on global supply during the Trump first administration. So what effects are these retaliatory tariffs going to have? Well, these are more limited, and they are very, very targeted. And I want to break that down into just the specifics here of what we're talking about, the impact for the United States. When we look at manufacturing in particular, the Brookings Institution has done some good work on this, saying there are about 400 to 700,000 U.S. jobs that could be affected by these retaliatory tariffs. Specifically, jobs in more industrial states like North Dakota, Indiana, Ohio, states that voted for Donald Trump, states where manufacturing is very big. When we look at coal, the U.S. doesn't export a large amount of coal, but nearly half of what they do comes from West Virginia. Local coal miners could be affected there. When we look at oil, the U.S. is a relatively small source of crude oil for China. It accounted for only 1.7% of total imports last year, worth about $6 billion. So the U.S. could then redirect that oil to other markets, so it's not really a huge impact expected there. Still, global management professor at Toronto Metropolitan University, Soy says any conflict between these two global trading giants is going to have a big impact.
That is, escalation lead to prolonged uncertainty in global trade, and the export controls by China on critical minerals could disrupt global supply chain for industries like electronics, renewable energy, and automobile manufacturing. All this has indirect impact on Canadian business as consumers.
But all things are not equal here. An economist estimate China's tariffs apply to about $20 billion worth of U.S. goods.
Alright, now I know what you're thinking. How is it that the Mustang is all of a sudden white? Rather than red?
Well, look at that! Did someone sand down your rough edges?
Had it painted. That's what it's
It's surprising to know this is not what I fucking wanted. jackpot. Who fucking off?
Stuck kid.
Any day now. Are we waiting for these squatting meat sacks to have a change of heart?
Some clubs. So dramatic. Where is the place? Sonson's Pastry Company. Dinar? I think that might be Cornish dialect, you know. Nice. I'm good, thanks. I'm going to do your giant pasty challenge.
Sending frag.
Yeah, that's the thing about
Under no mood for your shit today, Fox. Cough up the goods.
Wait a second, did you just say that? That might even be better than a t-shirt, you know. Guy, Cornish dialect. We should know some of this because my granny's.
Tear them to pieces.
So this is the regular size.
One ugly bug KIA.
Is £5 each.
Max ammo.
This one. I did it. Fortunately, I realized, by the way, that it's like January 6th between my eyes. I think I'm say feel free to not comment about it. I'll equally comment if you like. Here it comes. I don't know, you're going to squeeze it. Alright, so that's Pasty Company, which that's what it's installed. The other one
Guess that one was done using its time. Max.
Oh, good! Going batshit in prison didn't affect my aim.
That was an interesting choice of dates. It's warm, but it's pretty warm, but I don't think we're going to be able to do anything about that, to tell you the truth. I'm going to open it up first of all. Yeah. Start with the edges.
Get ready for a shotgun revelation, fuck faces.
Stuck kid.
And I'm never really that choice in a fork. Do you have a spoon? Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Give me some of the gravy. It's nice and thick too. Nothing worse than watery, really.
Slips. The lane coming to slow down. Okay. About halfway. Should have taken the win like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, Mastercard's the world's #1 time. These things would say him like a wealthy pensioner.
Look at that. That's a great shot. You understand me that? Miraculous, I'm still single. It's in there, Brandon. Am I right in saying that when the pasty was originally invented, they invented it so that people could take it down a line? So it's kind of like a ready-made meal. You don't have to put it in a box. The pastry is the box. And a good pastry should be able to sustain a lot of that. Mine shop. I know that somewhere. I heard that somewhere.
Alright, the match. I may have been right, but the general idea was it was originally much larger, allowing miners to hold the pastry easily while mining was incomplete. Apparently they would then discard that part without eating it in case it was covered in plastic.
That's as dangerous as I'm going to get.
The story dominating the news this week is Trump's trade. Last week, the US President announced his intention to extend import tariffs to goods from the EU, saying we'll be doing something very substantial in the European Union, and warning that it will happen very soon. In response, the EU was calling out that its Brussels for affairs said that one was from the Brussels elected tariffs. So, French President Macron said that choices statement.
Alpha Team, this is Chief of Security Blanchard. Are you a sight for sore eyes? I've been holed up in the mansion since yesterday trying to organize a containment response. Now that you're here, let's lock down that AO. I'll track body cams and coordinate.
In fact, in the environment, when actually consider getting back once again, once instead, believe me, that conversation takes place. So,
Track thrown.
US might get back to Europe.
You lost your head a long time ago. I just made it official.
Blanchard to Alpha. 3 Janus science staffers are missing somewhere in your AO. Locate and extract. Counting on their expertise to end this outbreak.
Find it over the TLDR YouTube channel.
The last thing we need in combat is uncertainty. But here I am again.
For a team who didn't expect to take on the apocalypse today, you're handling this well.
I've gone from fuck this shit to cautiously optimistic.
In 2020, China overtook the US as one of the biggest trade partners. But in services and investment, the US remains however, Trump's protectionist American First policy resulted
Do your worst. I'm ranger trained to fire pretty much anything. Looks like someone wants me to blow these stinking corpses back to hell.
Last week, stop this video. This refers to the US running trade deficit of 186 billion euros according to the data. That's 186 billion euros. The impact of tariffs, assuming Trump announces them, will be sizable. Like Trump's tariff announcements on Mexico and Canada, which we released a video about earlier this week on the TLDR Global channel, an announcement about tariffs on the EU would also have a significant impact on markets and the euro. Already, given the rising threat of US tariffs, the euro dropped 0.9% against the dollar this week, to its lowest level in 2 years. Analysts also expect the euro-dollar pair to reach parity, i.e. trading at an equal value in 2025, the last time this happened being the start of Russia's full-scale war against Ukraine. Moreover, US tariffs on the EU would likely hit the bloc's biggest manufacturing and chemical firms the most, with cars, pharmaceuticals and various types of machinery being the EU's biggest exports to the US. On top of that, Germany, Europe's biggest manufacturer, also has substantial operations in Mexico, which Trump has already targeted with tariffs, although those are now on hold for a month. This means Germany would likely be one of the hardest hit countries if Trump puts tariffs on Europe, a concerning prospect for Germany's stagnating economy. However, there's also more to consider than simply how much each country exports. In terms of total export value, Germany and Italy export the most out of any EU state to the US. But the share of exports to the US relative to total trade varies between countries. Ireland by far relies most heavily on the US for trade, with the US accounting for more than 25% of its total trade. Meanwhile, Germany and Italy's trade with the US is worth about 10% of their total, while Eastern European nations have lower shares. So now, some discussion appears to be happening behind the scenes about Europe pivoting to China. As well as the source quoted in the Financial Times that we mentioned earlier, there's also been reports that the EU Commission President, Ursula von der Leyen, is softening her tone on China. Speaking to EU ambassadors on Tuesday, von der Leyen reportedly called the EU's relationship with China one of the most intricate and important anywhere in the world, adding that China was a vital trade partner. She also said that, whilst the bloc has seen, quote, growing imbalances and risks which come with doing business with China, the EU must, quote, engage constructively with China and find solutions in our mutual interest. Moreover, according to another source, an early version of von der Leyen's speech at the World Economic Forum in Davos last month was reportedly quite hawkish on China, before she decided to make a last-minute change, adding a sentence that referred to the 50th anniversary of EU relations with China in 2025 as, quote, an opportunity to engage and deepen our relationship with China, and where possible, even to expand our trade and investment ties. One way this apparent China pivot has been described.
It's embarrassing because it's on the outside I was a retard, but deep down I was always thinking business, bro. I was always thinking about how to make it out of the slum that I was in. To say that he came off with $1 million to me, relationship where he allowed me to take whatever I needed. This is the person I used since 7th grade.
It happens like he took him in and made him into something. I know the story, like literally from nothing.
And what was our lives like? What was me and Danny's young lives like? It was like this. He was a lot of rules. He was a good sailor. We know exactly what she took or what he did. His face was disgusted with this. You see what they were going on with the camera photo. He was like slapping this with probably $2,500. I just made over $2,500 in a day. Why did I, out of this group of hanging out in the gutter, go and start a business and become a successful person while everyone else is trash? It's embarrassing.
Tariffs, mostly reciprocal tariffs, where we go with, and I'm going to be probably meeting on that Monday or Tuesday, have an announcement, probably a news conference, but probably reciprocal tariffs where a country pays so much, who charges us so much, and we do the same.
Donald Trump, as you heard there, says he plans to hit other trading partners with reciprocal tariffs as early as this week. This latest escalation comes just days after the president agreed to pause the 25% tariffs on Canadian goods for 30 days. But the threat, as we've been talking about, remains very real. Now, Kentucky Republican Senators Rand Paul and Mitch McConnell are speaking out against these tariffs, and so is the state's Democratic governor, Andy Beshear. In an exclusive interview, I asked the governor about what tariffs could mean for Kentucky and his message for Canada. Governor Beshear, thank you so much for making time for Canada.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
We're about a week into this 30-day tariff pause because of the agreement that the President and Prime Minister Trudeau reached. What do you think is the likelihood here that the pause will continue, that the tariffs can be avoided altogether?
Well, I certainly hope the pause continues, but my real hope is some final agreement can be reached. Tariffs are only going to increase prices on the American people and probably on the Canadian people. And these are two countries that have had such a close relationship. Canada is one of our strongest allies, one of our strongest friends, one of our strongest partners. And what we're able to do in trade has helped places like Kentucky. In my state, Canada is our #1 export market. You're 22% of our total exports worldwide. So to me, as governor, it's really important that we move past this and get back to that strong relationship we've had.
What would be the impact, do you think, Governor, of 25% tariffs on Canadian goods, including energy, and then, of course, the retaliatory tariffs that would be imposed by Canada?
Well, the result would be that the American people would face higher prices. Listen, I believe Donald Trump is president because the last group of movable voters thought he would do more to ultimately lower prices and help them pay bills at the end of each month. But the president is focused on anything but lowering prices. He's been caught up in every culture war issue that he can find, and then is willing to put the American economy and the prices that the American people pay on the line for non-economic things that he's trying to negotiate. I think it's been reckless. I think it would harm a booming U.S. economy. And I think it unnecessarily harms a relationship. It's been
Security Chief Blanchard. I'll copy.
You're a Democrat, of course, but Kentucky is a red state, and it voted for Trump last November. Trump ran on these tariffs. This was part of what he put out there. So how do you explain this disconnect, the fact that people in the state, like Trump, on tariffs? Is it that they didn't really understand what this would mean?
Well, Trump put a lot of things out. He talked about lesser parts and children other things. So I think it's a mistake to say, talk about one issue and that's why. But I'll give you some numbers. 30 is the amount of points that Trump won Kentucky by. 95, that's the percentage of the world's bourbon is made in Kentucky. And 0 could be the number of bottles of bourbon on shelves in some Canadian liquor stores because of the president's actions and the response from Canada. But here's what I'd say. In Kentucky right now, we have both of our senators, Mitch McConnell and Rand Paul, speaking out against tariffs, saying they'll raise prices on the tariffs. The Democratic governor, that's me, is speaking out against tariffs. So I do hope the Canadian government in its response, these people are trying to do right, stand up for the right thing. We don't want to deprive great bourbon from anybody around the world.
Well, we'll see whether the bourbon stays on the shelves or not. The president has pointed to the issue of border security and fentanyl as the reason for moving ahead or threatening these tariffs. Canada is responding and has said, okay, we'll spend more on the border, we'll get a fentanyl czar.
Somebody within that company is embezzling money. I pretty much guarantee it. And see, this is the way of the world. You have all these people, they're desperate, right? And they start running criminal enterprises. That's why you could see that company was so corrupt. It was unreal. You could see that the cook was so toxic. It was unreal. That's why she kept making comments, trying to treat me differently. Like, see, that's the thing. Like, who told her to do that? Then I found out that Raul was literally telling these people fake negative lies about me, right? And he's the pastor. Let me respond to Miguel too. I mean, listen. I need you to explain this to you, man, because you still are stuck in your delusion. They got you brainwashed for real. You're not listening. He said, "Don't let that stop you." When I asked, like, is Raul still there? Don't let that stop me, bro. The dude was trying to get around my food and drinks. You know, other people make your food, right? And then I got other people like this trying to do the same thing to me. You think that I would ever put myself through that again? Where I can't just be calm and know I can trust the people around me? I would never do that to myself. I'm just being honest. I would never ever come around that dude, ever. I don't have no patience for something like that. That's a grown man, bro.
If you were full of booze, you'd be more helpful.
What y'all should be doing, right, is letting him know what it is and letting him know reality. And I'll tell you one thing. First of all, he's guilty of theft for all the items that were in my backpack. So I didn't win it. I didn't lose anything I won. See what I'm saying? When he did that coward stuff behind my back with my bag, it's because I had a little bit of jewelry in there too, I think, and stuff. Like I had my rings that have diamonds in them. So, you know, he came from under the bridge. So he ain't never seen no money. I bet he's mad now. Because I know he's seen this channel. He probably watched me. Right? And he got to see who he really was talking to. And why I didn't put up with nothing he talked about. Like, bro, I'm 5 years ahead of you, man. Like, you're talking to a whole corporate boss. You're talking the real deal. You know me? And you're trying to sit there and pretend with me like, yeah, nah, hell no, I'm not going to do that, man. Bobby, the same thing. You know, the thing is, he enables his behavior. He makes excuses for hard, like Bobby does. Bobby's a coward. Whereas Bobby in that church thing that he's hiding from people. His common sense broke it himself. That's the truth. And I saw him the other day. I just saw him. I just saw him on Alton Glory the other day. I don't know what he's talking about, man. Like, let's just keep it real, man. You know, if I was going to panhandle, I would just go out and panhandle. I've done it before. You know, if I really need to. You know, I'm going to do what's necessary. There's no issue with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Right? But you all, I mean, you're just begging. That's all y'all do is beg. That's not a good look. That doesn't build a reputation. Like I said, Bobby was saying fake negativity, but yet he found out I'm the star of the show. You know what I mean? And it's guaranteed one day that he's out there begging, doing, panhandling, that's what it is. I'm going to be probably walking right by. You know what I mean? Like, they're all fake. They have one energy 1 minute, then the energy is different the next, you know? Like, I mean, I'm owed an apology, man. And I stand on that. I'm not going to sit here and pretend with y'all. I'm not trying to talk to you. That's why when he's like, we're out here, like, I don't really want to meet up. I mean, the first download I got when that happened was stop going back to the path you think you've outgrown. And that makes sense. You know, so, like, when he says don't let that stop you, are you crazy? Like, do you know how stressful that environment was for me? Like, having some narc just sit there and he just gets to do whatever he wants, you know, basically, and I have to continue to G-check him and let him know. Like, no, homie, it ain't going down like that, period. You know, I mean, that's not a tough attitude. That's not a tough thing. That's a weak thing. That's why I don't get it. Like, they have everything backwards. They're completely delusional. He didn't get anything out of me or anything. Like, the stuff in my bag is from the laptop. Ooh, wow. The dude's never seen any money before or anything. So, like I said, then he has to turn around and see me live the life that he wants and will never have. I have everything that you want, homie. I mean, how can I rub it in anymore? I mean, how can I win anymore? I have everything you want that you've never had and never will have in my sleep. Why? Because God provides. Because God loves me, so how do you think he feels about you, bro? Don't let that stop you, man. That's funny as hell. What? Think I'm going to have somebody around me like that? That I can see
We got the boiled
easily?
chicken breast.
I got gifts, man. I got intuition, man. I know when enemies are around. I would never, ever deal with that dude, man.
You got the boiled
know what I mean?
chicken breast.
I don't have to explain it or spell it out. I don't let cowards around me. If you do, that's your problem. Like I said, Miguel hasn't even been able to keep a car on payments. He lost his car because of that group, because he was doing that. That's what he claims. Like, that's on you, though. That was your decision. So that's my point. When you have grown adults who don't know how to act like adults, like him, who want to be leaders, but they don't know how to lead, you know, and he just would make himself look silly a lot. And that's okay. It's okay. That part's okay. I still like the dude. I still have respect for him. I do, but I'm just saying the truth. You know, he may not want to hear it. I don't care. Like I said, I tell everyone the truth. I'll tell everyone the truth right to their face. I don't ever hold back. I'm going to say reality. You know what I mean? And that's the truth of you. I mean, you look silly a lot. You know, and you're trying to pose like something you're not, and you're just there as an opportunist. I mean, that's somebody who doesn't know how to create their own opportunities, right? That's somebody who can't get their act together. That's why you're in and out of prison. It's like Mike Tyson said, most people in prison, they're not tough. They're just people who they can't, you know, control their own life. They have no self-control. They can't get it together ever and get their act right. But see, me, I have. So that's the thing. I mean, I'm where you want to be, all of you. I'm doing what you wish you could do, but you don't have it in you to do it. I own my own car lot, paid every month. I'm not in your position. I didn't lose anything because I go to a church camp. You know what I mean? And I would never do that to myself because I'm smart and I'm a capable individual. You know? So, I mean, no, for sure I will let that stop me definitely, because I'm not going to be around people who are literally demonically possessed like Mark and Raul. I mean, they're possessed, bro, in that church group.
So guys, these are the boiled
I
chicken
guarantee it. I
breasts.
saw it with my own eyes. They look right at me like an actual demon. So
This
people
right
aren't
here is
fooling me, man.
boiled
And it's the
chicken
same
breast.
thing on here. That's why they come on here and they start typing. That's the devil. Who does stuff like that? No human being does stuff like that. That's not normal behavior. That, oh, they see an angel and, oh, I'm going to say something. I'm going to get my hands on a keyboard. That's a demon, man. That's what demons do, coward stuff. Feel what I'm saying? The fact is, all demons fear me, and they flee when I come around in my presence. You know what I mean? And it's always been the same. That's why he had to stop that one day and just look at me like he was in shock, because he knew exactly what it was. You know what I mean? He knew I wasn't having none of what he was
talking about. I'm not going to put up with nothing. You don't even make the rules. Who are you? You're nobody. You know what I mean? It's like, what? And like I said, they try to project and role reverse, but that's the predicament they came out of. That's their predicament. Like I said, they have to beg to make a living. I don't. What I'm doing on here is a service. I offer and sell a service. People need to donate and pay me. It ain't begging. It's a huge difference. I'm running a company. Anything that you provide a service, that's what you're supposed to do. What? So see, I run my own companies, I run my own businesses. Right? Nobody controls me, I control everything. I control everything and I do what I want to do when I want to do it. And I love it. I love having that freedom. You understand? Straight up. Other than that, I'm studying, technically I'm studying like for the bar exam on my own already. Like I said, I may go back to law school. I think it's so funny how these people watch and they pretend and tell themselves that reality is different than what it is. I've accomplished everything I set out to. I'm not stagnated, I'm not held back. I'm in the exact position where I should be and doing exactly what I want to do. And I have full freedom. I'm not stagnated, I'm progressing. Like I said, the next check is already almost to $80. There's no way to talk to me anyway except what reality is. I made it. You want to talk about making it, that's why you're upset. Right? So you wish that you could get me to pretend I'm going to argue about reality, but I don't do that because that's just a waste of my energy, and that's what you're trying to do. See, people think they're slick, but they're not. See, I'm a lot smarter than all you, man. I'm smarter than any human being that's ever walked this planet, bro. Come on, I mean, you should know this by now. You're silly.
Stop.
So, no, reality is I'm studying for law school.
Stop.
Which I will be going to, right? Nothing will stop me from my goals and my dreams, right? I proved all of your stuff to be fake, right? You couldn't stand on your issues, none of you, and come speak on here. And I'm going to drop a link, no excuse. I don't need anything from you. You can't take anything from me online with words, typing, and talking. We went over this. Like I said, it's you all that need an ear, man, because you can't hear. And that stuff is really not helping you, homie. You know, it's just like with Miguel. You see how he's the same way. I already told him what it is, day one, but he want to act like he didn't hear me. He heard me. He heard me loud and clear, man. I made it clear as day, bro. I hung up the phone on him when he was out there in Kentucky and told him, don't ever try to sit there and twist the situation and pretend you're going to guilt trip me or tell me I'm doing something wrong because I'm not going to let somebody put me in that position. Homie, y'all got those people, they have people at that company doing forced slave labor. You think Tyrese Sneed, the most successful, most powerful, most wealthy right now businessman who owns more assets and equity than Donald Trump, the illusion, and anybody who's ever walked this planet, you think that I would do forced slave labor? Ha! They're hilarious, dude. Why do you think I left? I didn't leave from an environment where I was struggling. I left from an environment that I was put in because God wanted me to expose it. Because God gave me my actual career here. See, you all are mad at the truth, and you know the truth. Right? I was never broke. Just like that other fake pastor tried to say. You didn't have any money when we picked you up. Bro, I had plenty of money when y'all picked me up. Who were you talking to? And what are you talking about? I literally was like, I'll go get the bank statements. What? And he didn't have nothing to say. Perplexed. I didn't have any money when you picked me up. You didn't pick me up, so how would you know? See what I'm saying? You weren't there. You were busy doing all your illegal activity. Right? Right? Trying to sit there and support everything and manipulate everything, because that's all you do. And that's an old man. You feel me? I mean, no, I don't gotta say it, man. You know, karma is real, man. I mean, it's written all over you. I mean, it's written all over you. And y'all know what I'm talking about if you saw what I saw. You can't do evil stuff and then just expect everything to go well. God sees all. You're 100% right. Come on, bro. Every time that y'all got on the podium, it was the most hypocritical stuff I've ever heard. That group is a joke. Yeah, I mean, they're literally called, like, I don't know, it's like the beggars or something like that. Like the church beggars. That's what they're known as out here. Feel me? So, like, no, you don't, you know, reality doesn't change because you want to pretend. You know what I mean? Like, nah, bro, like, you know, Bobby is not going to gain anything from being in that group. If Bobby wanted to better himself in maturity, he'd get out of that group. Because you can tell by their attitude, you can tell by their habits. You know what I mean? Just like that night I was walking, and he turned, this is a grown man, mind you, and he can't act like a grown man. I'm walking, and he turned off the light. Like, who does that? When somebody's walking so that I can't see in the dark. Who does stuff like that? On purpose, and then plays it off like, oh, it's okay. And then the other dude, right from wherever over there, he, the one that left, he tried to dismiss that. Oh, well, it's this, it's okay. No, it ain't okay. You don't turn off the light when I'm looking where I'm going, right? That affects me, and I'm walking, and you turn off the light so I can't see where I'm going. Like, you shouldn't even be over there. You understand? That's Bobby for you. Always tampering, always doing some weirdo stuff, like he was doing with that what was it, that light thing at the fair to a guy who, you've seen what I survived with that truck, and you're doing that type of stuff, bro, that could literally be a lawsuit right there. And I'm going to bring it up in court, too. Oh, don't worry, I'm going to bring it up in court. Real talk. Like, that's crazy, man. You know what I mean? You don't do that to people, bro. That's just not how you treat people. That's not a tough thing. That's horrible. And that's what these people try to proclaim on here. Yeah, I'm not the one, bro. We don't put up with nothing like that. As long as I'm around, if I'm around you, you're going to treat human beings with respect. You know what I'm saying?
Team Alpha,
like I said,
Security Chief Blanchard.
all of them back down.
Barricaded the command
all back down. Like everybody back down the tower team, man.
See if there's anyone left to say. Body cams live.
That's
I'll keep eyes on.
I mean, the fact is that Bobby is a beggar. Grown men need to get his act together, right? Like all of you. He's got family and stuff that he wants to look after or help. I don't really think, bro. Bobby's not looking for you. I don't care how people it's the truth. He likes to have a little church group that he goes like that, right? So he pretends the way that he gets by, he pretends that he's tough or whatever, right?
Well, that's
and
just
just like
clean
I'm sure he
thoughts.
learned in prison, because that's what a lot of dudes do in prison. They pretend they're tough. They talk above their head and try to paint a story about themselves that isn't who they are. I mean, come on, homie, if you was built like that, bro, we would know.
I swear this takes longer every time.
Everything you got
The
in
boss hates me.
You know, I do actual boxing now.
Okay, I do care.
That's what those types of people do. He
I was
immediately
sure
got
you
an
were
answer.
a barrel.
Oh, yeah, I boxed,
Again.
I did all that, I was golden glove. Everybody says they golden glove. Golden glove don't mean nothing. Golden glove is scrub. There's no person that was a golden glove champion that can come close to me. Let's just put it straight out there. There's a waiver anyone can sign it. Including him. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to tell you right now, bro, I mean, that's just silly. That's silly to even entertain, bro. You can see me on camera, how quick I am, how strong. I mean, nobody could come close, especially somebody that panhandles on the street. See how I'm putting things in perspective for you today? You know, again, there's no shame in panhandling, but when you do it non-stop, and that's all you do, that's the problem. And then when you put innocent people at risk to do it, you know, because like I said, over there with that stuff, they have a quota or whatever. They have some name for it. I forgot already. So you have to give the money to the pastor. All that stuff means something. It don't make no sense. You know? Oh, yeah. And I'm going to tell you something else. When Miguel talked to me last, I spoke to him, or texted him, you know he told me? He said that they were in Brownsville, right? And in Brownsville, right, they, the cops ran them off. Huh. You know, it's like, gee, I wonder why. Like, who wouldn't get tired of that? Of some group coming out doing that, trying to hide behind the name of God, take advantage so they can make money, which is what most churches do. Let's just get real. The faith with salvation is not in a church, it's in you. It's in God and in Christ. You understand? You've got people on the internet, you've got actual narcs, guilty gangs talking, they go, oh, boy, you're going to stand for this that lady. Right? Come on, son. You serious right now? Silly, man. People be silly, they be too busy telling themselves lies, nonsense that they want to hear, and none of it exists. None of it. Today I just want to put everything in perspective for y'all, let y'all know what it really is, how I really feel. We don't play over here. Tell everybody how I feel right to them. What do you mean? Hold up. California, hello, Dorothy. Yeah, come on. Simultaneous release. Let me tell you something too about driving, man. The way I drive, it's like moving cattle, and you got to walk the same way too, especially out here. Straight up, can't wait on these people, man. They all will sit. They'll sit there and stop and act like they just stopped functioning, like they can't think. They none of them can drive down here. Like, no, you got to make sure that you take the initiative, or you're not going to be doing things right, and that's not good. It puts you in bad position. See what I'm saying? Like, I know what I'm doing, partner. People better catch on and start learning from me. If you don't listen to me and learn, you ain't going to go nowhere. There's a honk. Somebody knows who I am. I'm not even in the bat suit today. Isn't that crazy? So like I said, I mean, I'm famous, and I'm not even trying to be, but that's cool. Like I said, I want women to come talk on the panel. Why can't I get a female co-host? Why are the live streams so suppressed? I mean, I'm doing thousands of views. You know, we got more views on those last basketball videos. That worked out for me. Doing well with everything, man. I'm on point with my business. Like I said, the phone bill's paid. That's the main stuff that matters. Way ahead of time. Like I said, it's not due to the 21st. Way ahead of the game, baby. You know what I mean? So like I said, when people are sitting there and they keep just talking and talk, you can't talk to me about money, man, when I'm clearly making it. I just told you I paid my phone bill. See, that's what narcs do. They act like what I do doesn't count. Yeah, I ain't got time for you, bro. I don't play like that. What do you mean? We all have the same rules. It has to be fair, right? So it's on the playing field if we make it fair and judge it for what it is. I make all the money. It's not me to be stressing for no reason because you're stressing over what? My success. It doesn't work with me. Look how quiet they are. This is how you shut them down. See how I showed you. Easily. In my sleep. Easy. I mean, it's not a problem. Easy. Like I said, already got the phone bill out the way and it ain't even the 21st. That means it's going to get paid around the 21st. Around the 21st. And it'll be for the whole month. Until the next 21st. You're ahead of the game. It's already over. You lost. Now it's just I need help financially. And any help and support for my business. I need people that want to donate. And if you're not going to do that for me, yeah, things are going to be difficult. You know, but I'm going to have to find a way. And all it is, it's not that I don't have money. It's nothing like that. It's the way this company pays out. And they take forever, so I'll have to be waiting for my check again. Right? Hopefully they'll pay out this month somehow. Hopefully they change that. Because I'll get it accrued over 100 before the 21st. I sure hope so. I mean, there's no reason I should. They ain't paying me right for the DVD.
because I'm doing tons of them, and there just should be more money in there to watch the check already. So we over here lining checks, full scale business, and I did everything. That means I'm on top of things. You do it. You do different business ventures, different projects, and they work or they don't, and you learn when you fail. Nothing is just fail. This company just needs to pay right. All that's going in the lawsuit. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, buddy. Yep. I'm winning against everyone, including this company that's targeting me, and all of corporate America. What do you have to say for yourself, though? What have you done lately? Since you want to talk so much, what have you accomplished? Nothing, right? Okay. Like, I don't have bigger problems, like I don't have to see, my priorities, get them right, and see what I'm going to do approaching different things. Like, I'm not going through what I'm going through, dealing with that. My faith is in God, man.
At this point, I don't care if it shoots
15 in the box, let's see you do it. It doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter that you don't want to watch me. You have no choice. You're still watching me. You should do better about that. If you want to boycott my content, why can't you just do it? They have no willpower. You boycotting my content means nothing because my fan base is the whole world. You're silly. I'm going to get views no matter what.
Come on.
You understand? It's just like with my music. They'd be so petty. They'd be like, yeah, I'm going to put out this track. Oh, wow. I'm really stopping record sales. Like, that's silly to think, man. Anything you do, it's illegal, and it's getting included in the lawsuit, number one. Number two, all you're going to do is promote my music. You know what I mean? It don't matter if people grab a couple of tracks. That's okay. That's why I put them out there. You know what I mean? I don't even take them down yet. I put some of them out. Some of them I am going to take down because they're for sale. Yeah, I sell music. You're 100% right. I'm a music distribution company. And these people are mad at it. I own the rap game, especially on then, you know what's funny? They got these dudes that want to rap so bad on this network, and everybody knows it, right? That is 100% your name and what you do. I love that. Yeah, that's exactly what you do. And they want to rap so bad, and they talk about this and that. You notice how they never acknowledge the reality that my tracks get more spins on YouTube even than any of their tracks? They are all so mad at me for who I am and the fact that I made it. He didn't make it. He in prison. Jay-Z didn't make it. He's going to prison or in prison already for what he did. Right? Trump didn't make it. He doesn't own anything. He's a Mason. All that stuff is fake. Facilitated lifestyle. That's not making it. That's selling your soul and living a fake lifestyle. So the person who commented, you just got proved wrong. See the point? What? Bro, he doesn't even pay his taxes. He doesn't even pay taxes. That means he has no money. You're not making any sense. You're so busy projecting that you can't. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about how I'm winning. Worry about you. You know what I mean? I'm doing everything right. I know the law. I know the rules. I know exactly how to play this by the book. Now, the government can always lie. You can do whatever you want. I don't care. But I know what the actual laws are. The rules. Hold on. Like I said, you 100% have to take advantage of the world, not let the world take advantage of you. Right?
Alpha Team, this is Chief of Security Blanchard. Are you a sight for sore eyes? I've been holed up in the man.
And see, that's the problem with these people, man. Is
containment response.
You don't know me. You don't know all the things God is moving for me as we speak. You don't realize how real God is. You don't understand all the things I made doubt of. You don't know me. You don't know anything about me, man. I've been through all sorts of stuff. I made it through a bunch of stuff that I shouldn't even make it. Right? Why? Because of God. That's how it goes. Because, you know, you couldn't do it alone. I believe I'm fine. I give all credit and glory to God. You know what I mean? But the fact is that you're still doing it through you. You know, but you're doing it with God.
Be advised, we lost
You know what I mean?
contact with 3 of our scientists.
You're never alone. God is with you. That's what I choose to believe.
Find them,
Feel me?
bring them home.
So it's like,
Brain power as much as fire.
you don't have a clue. Like, we ain't never lived the same lifestyle. I'm a gangster, bro. You trying to talk to me, but nothing for me is promised. But y'all got me. You know what I'm saying? But you trying to talk like it's the opposite when you're asking for handouts and I never have. When I'm doing everything by the book and working hard every day.
Say, was
How
that
do
so
you
hard?
tell me anything? When I get up and I work hard that day, that's it. You ain't doing that. So how could you talk about what you're saying? It doesn't make any sense. Because I'm working hard. You're just upset because I get donations.
Thing I told my ex
Part
during
of
my
my
last
business.
UTI.
I don't even have to ask. People donate on their own.
For another day.
Doesn't mean you're incorrect. So if you're going to speak, you have to acknowledge my position and make sure we're proven wrong. Easy. No sweat off my back. Right? You can't just keep talking. Talk. Look at that. That's what those people
trusted us. We failed them.
Right?
I can't even explain how.
Man, it was crazy, bro. There was a dude from the UK. He was mad as hell the other day. He was doing that same thing where he just, you know, didn't want to let you talk. That's weakness. You can hear it in them. You can hear how weak they are. Like, I mean, when you have something to say about my country, I have something to say to you. I mean, you know, the UK hasn't been able to get their act together since the beginning of time. What are you talking about? I mean, all it is over there is just a bunch of people walking and talking with an accent that have accomplished literally nothing. They're definitely not tough, right? That's what they think. Like, you don't get, I do my thing everywhere, bro. I'll go straight to the UK. The UK loves my music. The UK would love me over there. They wouldn't act like that. If they saw me in person, most people would like me. You know what I mean? I'm the one that like, I hold on to stuff. You know what I mean? When people try to talk to me some way, even if it's online, I never forget. You get what I'm saying? Like, bro, the UK is soft, man. He's trying to say a whole bunch of stuff about my country, about America. I don't care. I didn't ask you how you feel. Like, you're upset? Upset in America. Like, and the first word out of my mouth, right, he was talking all this stuff, and I'm like, when he first started talking, I was like, I agree with you, because what he was saying actually made a little sense. And then you just talk over someone, what's the purpose of that? You see what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. I only do things that are conducive to my environment. That's why people are upset at me right now. Because I got smart. I've always been smart. It's like that. Like, I'm going to get online. You know, I'm not going to back down, but for me to... It's better to just ignore it. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and have a back and forth with anybody online knowing that it's not going to help me. You know, it's not going to help me. It's only going to cause me issues. You see what I'm saying? Like, why would I do that? That's not being brave, that's taking bait. See what I'm saying? And like I said, everybody runs their mouth online. Right? So you don't see anybody talking in front of you. For good reason. Everybody knows why. You see what I'm saying? Everybody knows who I am, and I sit down. I don't have to talk about it.
Quitting time for you.
That's the thing, that's what sensitive people do. They get online and they talk up a storm. You know, because you so-called women, they run their mouth online. I don't care about that. I don't. You know, and yet every day you see me continue to do my thing. Just like you did in the past. It was like everything I've done, everything I've accomplished. It was like when I had that trailer, right? I paid good money for that trailer out there in Lytle. And I would pay the rent for the lot to park it in. And these people would sit there and act like they were talking down. I mean, I handled all my responsibilities like a boss.
Watch your six.
You saw me find a way and hustle through the whole thing. To me, that has to be God. You know what I mean? Because God created a way for me where there was no way. You know what I mean? And I was only in that situation because of Roxy Rocha. Because of her, like, being against me, being jealous, not wanting to see me win because I was winning. Always. I've always done. When you got ex-girlfriends and they were jealous of you, that's a good thing. See what I'm saying? That's the thing, like, y'all don't get. Women are so immature, they view it as a competition, not a relationship. You have to find one that actually looks at it for what it is, a relationship, and knows how to build it. See what I'm saying? You don't want somebody who just, feel what I'm saying? Doesn't know what they're doing, and they're trying to low-key compete with you, and they can't. Immature, you're a grown adult. That's embarrassing. Like I said, Roxy Rocha ended up being embarrassed. You should be embarrassed and ashamed. You know? I mean, straight up. I mean, that's the real growth that you got going on. See, that's the thing. Let's say the truth. How you're hurting you, it comes out with the joke real quick. This thing is legit. I'm not dependent upon anyone. My sister of me and God. See what I'm saying? I don't have those systems. Here wants to spend YouTube alone. Online on my channel, I can get the problem later. You can see if the picture for you paid for right, but as of right now, I don't have that yet. There are other things with that on how to make money with it. People don't want to buy these.
Reminds me of New Year's back in '87. Fun fact, lumber mill and fireworks do not mix.
Today we're going to talk about Elon Musk's fatal mistake with Doge, and I've got 3 interviews I speak with Jamie Raskin about Doge, and Trump's broader elections. Senator Brian Schaffner does his plan to stall Trump's progress, and I interview Senator Chris Murphy about what's going to distract us with his flooding the zone approach. Brian, tell me that you're watching
the only thing
live.
make me feel somewhat safe out here.
So the talking point being trotted out right now about Elon is that if you support getting rid of waste, fraud, and abuse, then you would support him and Doge's mission. And it makes sense on its face. In fact, that's a mission that I agree with. But here's why what Elon is doing under his own state law. Think about where he started. Agencies like
Not do it again. Many bloody times.
Let's start with USAID. How can be helpful to begin with this point? The USAID Inspector General was investigating what Musk's makes up criminal with the person toward Russia. So Elon was under investigation by the very agency that immediately released it. Already
That's saying the biz. Got plenty more where that came from.
USAID costs about 0.5% of the federal budget. It offers essential life-saving programs for water and HIV. It's already unto themselves worth it. But it's not just that. Just as importantly, from a geopolitical perspective, it is a tool for American soft power. When you hand out medicine or food with an American flag slapped on the label, you buy goodwill around the world. That is goodwill you can cash in on during conflicts, for favorable trade terms, military and intelligence purposes, to build up alliances. So it's a win-win. It's doubly as beneficial. But by dismantling that agency, not only do we leave actual human beings hanging across the world, who absolutely have real-life impacts, who require medical care, who require water, who require food, we plastic is inexpensive but effective tool for soft power. And guess what country is going to fill that void? China. They've got what's called the Belt and Road as a possible organization, and the U.S. that means that trade, when alliance is operation, they will definitely not to the U.S., but to China. Does that seem like it's in our national interest? Not really, no. But you know whose interest that isn't? Perhaps in North America, building up its portfolio with China. Tesla's Shanghai plant, the largest factory, accounts for half of Tesla's global car production. So Elon has a vested interest in kowtowing to China. In other words, while dismantling USAID hurts America, it is a gift to the country that Elon stands to benefit from helping. And, by the way, it ends an investigation into his own possible corruption. Bad for America, good for Elon. Another example, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Elon tweeted, CFPB RIP. Now, I want to be clear about what it is the CFPB does. It literally exists to protect
You thought all that armor make a fucking difference?
$1 billion to $205 million. It sent 6.8 million linked to companies for funds, 60 to a variety of comments on financial questions, and the CFPB levered a historic $2 fine in one single enforcement action against Wells Fargo for dismantling automobile and deposit accounts. This agency, again, quite literally only exists to help consumers. The sole result of this move is that Americans will have no recourse when they get screwed over by a bank. $800 million in an annual budget for a $21 billion return. Are you kidding me? With the USAID example, at least I could figure out how Elon could derive some financial benefit. But this one? I don't even see the upside for it. It is a handout to predatory banks. There is no upgrade for anyone other than the financial institutions that are looking to screw people over. Again, getting back to the I am completely in favor of taking out those problems. But when you start off by dismantling this, that just so happens to be investigating an agency that can possibly do anything, that offers the valuable resources in the world, an agency that affords us major soft power benefits, and another agency whose entire purpose is to help victims of financial crimes, then the message that you're sending is that you're not actually serious about your own stated mission. That, like so much else that the Republicans do, it
Get a new controller?
You know, I've never understood why I put duct tape or any type of tape whatsoever on their 64 controllers if they're not broken. Did you put tape on it right here? I have to about, why does that sound like a piece of shit?
It is really loud, but it's not as bad as none of these God of War games working.
That is completely impossible. Did you not try another console?
I used the PlayStation, which has 20 other games, including PS1, and that was the only thing that didn't read.
These are all good. Oh, shit. Yep. They're all yellow discs. So your optical drive on that PS2 is going out and it can't read yellow.
How does color work for you? This is just a normal DVD.
In the world of PlayStation 2, there's 4 color discs. There's purple, there's blue, there's yellow, which is super uncommon, and there's no standard DVD. Yellow is the first one, the optical drive. It's failing will stop reading before the others.
Yep, they're different colors.
Alpha Team, this is Chief of Security Blanchard.
Donald Trump continues to rant and rave
I've been
like
pulled up in the mansion since yesterday trying to
taxpayer
organize a
budget
containment
vacation
response.
in Farmland.
Now that you're here, let's lock down that AO.
Super Bowl on Sunday. This has a new CBS poll that moments ago said that 2/3 of Americans, about 50% of Republicans, said Donald Trump is not focused enough on prices. Those prices continue to rise. Gas prices all going up. What is Donald Trump doing? He continues to talk on Sunday morning about conquering Canada. He is reposting a hot mic moment from Prime Minister Trudeau of Canada, where Prime Minister Trudeau said, no, he really feels that Trump actually wants to annex and conquer Canada and make it a 51st state. Donald Trump spending the weekend trolling in, I guess, his own mind, but these threats should be taken very, very seriously. Honestly, Donald Trump, these are the types of posts that he is making. Donald Trump is also making posts to encourage white South Africans to immigrate to the United States. This follows Donald Trump signing an executive order at the end of last week, likely at the request of Elon Musk, to encourage immigration from white South Africans only. The executive order is limited to white South Africans, and Donald Trump posts about how white South Africans are being treated very badly. Puts that in quotes. I woke up and I'm still on the email list that I subscribe so you don't have to. Let me show you what Donald Trump's been posting on that email. He's been posting things like this. To get this Trump black card, to make this offer too good to pass, I'm going to send you an official membership card when you accept. And then it goes on to talk about how he's opening up unofficial cabinet positions, and that I've been selected or anybody on the email list could join his cabinet to make it official. You have to get an official Trump cabinet member black card, and then you can become a member of his cabinet. That's what it says. You got to pay for it, and you can accept your position on the cabinet. I'm not making this up. He's telling people that they can be part of his actual cabinet. People are paying to pretend to be part of his cabinet. They sent another email. Ben, I hate to bug you, but this can't wait any longer. Here are 4 reasons why I need your support right now. He whines about his administration being sued for executive orders. It goes on to say, we're unleashing the next golden age of America. And then he goes, oh, the Democrats are threatening to impeach me. Friend, can I count on you to answer my urgent support before it's too late? You got to donate $10 right now. He's still campaigning and grifting for money. So to be clear, he sent 1 email saying that you can join his cabinet if you contribute money. Which again, join his cabinet. Here he wants you to $50, $50. Then here's the 3rd email that he sent. Congratulations, is this Ben? I'm announcing the first ever Trump Golden Eagle Award. You won. You've been awarded the Golden Eagle Award. This award is bestowed to you for your unwavering and absolute devotion to Donald J. Trump. And when you click accept the award, if you give him $500, $1,000, or $2,500, you can then accept the Golden Eagle Award. So email. Very strange behavior right there. The MAGA grift continues. Then you have Elon Musk, Donald Trump, and J.D. Vance attacking the federal judges this weekend because a lot of federal judges have issued injunctions blocking Donald Trump's unlawful executive orders. So what are Musk and J.D. Vance and Trump doing? Attacking them with like cartoons and memes and threats. So you have Elon Musk reposting about Judge Engelmayer from the Southern District of New York, who blocked Elon Musk's access to the Treasury Department records. So what do? They call him a rogue judge, just ruled to bar all political appointees, including Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, from accessing the Treasury Department data. A blunt move to protect corruption, with a fairly bizarre cartoon being posted. That's not what the federal judge did. The Secretary of the Treasury can have access to what the Secretary of the Treasury is allowed to have access to, the Treasury records. The issue is, can millionaire oligarchs and random 20-year-olds who are not part of the Treasury Department, who should not have this access, just can random private people who Trump and Elon Musk want in there get your private information and have access while the transaction. So the judge temporarily set pause on that. That doesn't seem lawful to us, is it? You have J.D. Vance posting as well the following this morning. If a judge tried to tell a general how to conduct a military operation, that would be illegal. If a judge tried to command the attorney general in how to use her discretion as a prosecutor, that's also illegal. Judges aren't allowed to control the executive's legitimate power. There are multiple posts this morning from Elon Musk, Nathan Vance, all these MAGA senators attacking the judges. To be clear, Republican and Democrat federal judges have been blocking the executive orders that are unlawful. So what's being indicated this morning by the Trump administration in all of these posts is that they don't intend to follow what the judges are requiring them to do. We also know anecdotally and also from what senators have been saying in various areas, even though judges, for example, have blocked government funding freezes, government entities and Head Start programs, people who should get money are not getting the money that they're supposed to be getting. So it actually doesn't seem right now like the Trump administration is actually following the executive orders. We'll see what happens next if we move to the next step of contempt, or when the federal judges will hold the Trump administration in contempt, civil contempt. Our editor-in-chief, Ron Filipkowski, goes, have checks and balances and separation of powers embedded into the founding of our national government, specifically because the framers anticipated that someday an executive might come along like Trump. For over 2 centuries, we've also had judicial review. It's also under siege right now. It's also under siege are all of these government entities. The Consumer Financial Watchdog, the CFPB, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, they've basically been eliminated by Elon Musk and the billionaires. They helped return 21.
How's it going, everyone? So this PlayStation Network going offline saga has been pretty wild to cover, and now PlayStation has finally put out an official response, at least the actual. And so let's go over these responses, why I think it is so terrible. They have no transparency. They are not actually letting us know what happened. We can't piece it together. As PlayStation Twitter account noted, PSN has been restored. You should be able to access online features without any problems now. For more details, status.playstation.com is where you want to go. Sorry for the inconveniences. They then later tweeted out 5 hours after that, network services have fully recovered from an operational issue. We apologize for the inconvenience and thank the community for their patience. All PlayStation Plus members will automatically receive an additional 5 days of service. Now, I saw some people saying that they should give us free games and it's 2011 all over again. I never thought that they were going to do that because in 2011, PSN was down for 24 days, you guys. It was not down for 18 hours, even if you want to say a day, even if it is 18 hours of peak game time. It was ultimately down for
Albertine, this is Chief of Security Blanchard. Are you a Cypher Sorais? I've been holed up in the mansion since yesterday trying to organize a containment response. Now that you're here, let's lock down that AO. I'll track body cams and coordinate.
Again, it's an issue that PSN went down. The bigger issue is the transparency that PlayStation gave to its consumers. What was it? What does operational issue mean? Does that mean somebody pressed the wrong button? Does that mean that...
Dad would be proud of that one.
...in a DDoS attack happened? Because that is ultimately what people are... Very least come out and say, hey, this was an issue on our end, it was fine, whatever. It's to do a late statement. The 5 days of PlayStation Plus time, I don't care about that. They can kind of give us, I don't care about what they give us. It's about the level of
scientists in town trying to stop the outbreak.
Because as I stated before,
Find them,
this
bring
is
them
the
home.
first
We need
that
brain
this
power as much as
happened
firepower.
6 months ago, And why I think this is so comical is this level of transparency with their online connectivity. First of all, they have one of the most famous outages in history. Yes, an outage. Not only
Any
that,
day now, you wooden sadist.
5 months ago, and it's all together in an ideal world. Remember PlayStation View? What was their
Brooks,
vision
you know
for the
exactly
last
what this girl
18,
wants.
24 months? They gaming. They would pop off with live service gaming. If it was up to them, Popcorn would be where Marvel Rivals at, and they would be cooking up a standalone movie for one of their characters, and Herman Hulse would be shouting that they found their Luke Skywalker in one of the Concord characters. That's what their ideal scenario would be. They would be gearing up for the release of their game, and that game would be gigantic. What do all these games have in common? They need connectivity. They are live service titles, and that goes down for 18 hours and not at all. I find that to be incredibly jarring. I find that to be, frankly, inexcusable, especially because not only, yeah, they canceled all their live service games, but that's where they wanted to go. If it was up to them, they would Intergalactic wouldn't be a thing. Ghost of Yotei wouldn't be a thing. It would be Ghost of Hero Shooter. It would be Intergalactic Online Battle Arena. Those games would not exist. They would have everything be a live service game and everything nickel and diming you for live service content and skins. They wouldn't want those other games to exist if they had it in their ideal world. And those games rely on, internet connection, online connectivity, and not only that, you're paying for play.
Pretend. I don't pretend. If we met, I'm mad at you, you're mad at me. I'm gonna laugh when we meet.
How is it?
Security chief to new arrivals. Could have used you sooner, but welcome just the same. I'm in the mansion, command center. Injured, but intact. Most everyone else is, well, you've got eyes. Look.
Otherwise, I'm kind of enjoying it. I don't mind yelling at you guys for a chance. Where do we have a chance to yell at the losers like Sweet Girl or Nick? Where are you, Nick Stone? I saw you talking shit in the Discord. Where's the real Becky? This one's fake? What do you mean I'm fake? Just because I've had fake Becky's the past few streams, listen, I am not an imposter. I'm bitchy as such, but I'm still good for it. Reddit is full of retards. It's been a lot better lately, but now Discord is full of retards, which is why business is booming. One video, you need to fucking join the Discord. Guys, there's too many people who hate me there. Alright? It's not very fun. I do love ripping apart a bitch every so often. But man, to come back from a glorious vacation and get shit on, that's not very fun. Why do I see people saying, hey, Tina? I don't see her anywhere. She's in chat. Tina, hop on Discord. I'll bring you up. No. I'm so happy I didn't have to hear that for days. Why is Billy hosting Queens right now? Oh my god, you're so cringe, monkey tongue. Why is he little bitchy fucking monkey for dating? It's cringe. Fuck off. Launch is starting to go off. Fuck. Thank you, Billy. Appreciate that.
You give me an
Billy,
axe, I'm gonna turn
Becky,
you into fire
aka
starts.
Becky the Fridge. Billy the Booth.
Sorry you came here yet, but if anyone had to show up, Glad it was you.
The cats are all happy because I'm home. All right. I'll text Tina. Fine. I'll text Tina. God, don't fucking. No, I'm just not. Fuck it. It's our time to be together. This is like one-on-one time. Fuck everybody else. Fuck me. You see how much chaos is going to happen once they get in here? Once they realize that. You have the nervous. Have you ever had that? You just want to shit yourself when you get nervous because you know you're about to get in trouble? Or like words from your boss and you just freeze? Like, what did I do wrong now? Except I already know I did something wrong, so I'm going to be in really bad trouble. You're this monkey. You're another fucking loser. Nobody
you have
wants
a really fine line between love and dark, murderous fucking rage.
You're anus. You're anus. Not that difficult.
You want to be friends today? Is that it?
Into Cash Cow and Christina. Welcome to membership. And Princess Sakara, welcome to Cash Cow. She looks like a rolling cloud. That's my baby Zoe. Oh, why did this just make it feel? You and my phone what made it feel so. Oh God. Now it's hitting me that I think I'm not too scream but my phone members. Maybe that was the most I have to Alright, you know what? Now that I'm getting the shitty feelings, settling it, I will text Tina. I might as well. She'll distract me from the worst dangers, which are Keem and Michael. Hang on. Where is she? It's been a while since it's been a few days. Tina. There we go.
Keem said you're not fired last night, so Dion to nervous Becky.
Oh fuck. Fuck. Can you hear me? Goodbye. Michael just showed up. Oh fuck. Oh, I gotta face the music. Oh, god damn it. Fine. Hi, Michael.
Can't see. What's going on? Okay, you see how badly my face is broken out?
Why is your nose all red?
Because I've been getting like zits and I've been trying to squeeze this because I've been like freaking. I don't know where.
Hey.
I'm sitting there cooking tacos, and all of a sudden I look, and like Ashley's texting me saying that you were live right now. Keemstar, I don't know if he knows. I've been texting Keemstar. People are messaging me. I go, you're live right now. Where have you been?
I've been visiting family. Did you miss me? Is that why you're breaking out? God, I'm so nervous. Fuck.
Oh, what's going on? What do you mean you're nervous about? I don't understand what's going on.
I'm nervous because I left without telling anybody, but I was afraid of getting punished after the fucking supposed doxing with Psycho Mom, and then I had the family emergency, so I just left.
What family emergency? By the way, I think Tina's asleep. I think this is too early for Tina. She took the day. We don't work on Sunday, so nobody. You just can't see you. Okay, so you can go. You just showed up and went live.
Yes.
Who made this thumbnail?
This thumbnail has been sitting around. I saw it sitting in the assets folder.
I made the missing flyer, but I did not know the rest of the guys. I was doing it. I had a whole different. Let me show you the thumbnail that I did. Let's see. I'll be on the flyer.
Get a drink or two and food.
They're saying Tina was in the chat. She's here. She just doesn't want to work. That bitch. How the fuck had that bitch been? Yes.
That was tomorrow's show thumbnail. How did you get the flyer? Because I only sent it to a couple of people. Who made this thumbnail, Becky? Okay, what's going on?
I'm really nervous. God damn it. I'm sorry I left without saying anything. I didn't know what to say, and just other stuff came up, and I just got the fuck out of here, okay? It was a lot to fucking deal with.
Tina's not in the chat. I'm pretty sure if Tina's in the chat, it's a fake Tina because Tina hasn't responded to my text. I tried calling her. Tina's not awake.
So they're saying she's in the chat, and I feel nauseous right now out of nerves.
Super chatted 22 dollars and 73 cents. It's a holy felt thank you. Welcome back.
Thank you, Nikos. Don't say anything else, Mike.
Where is Tina in the chat? Because I don't see her.
I don't know. I'm not looking either because I'm too fucking nervous now. Has Keem been talking to you today? I don't know if he's around or not.
We talked to Keemstar this morning, and he asked me if I heard from you. I said, we talked to you at one point while you were gone, and you told us that there was a family emergency, and we just sort of like pretended that it was like... Okay, I'm sorry. I'm a little... because I haven't heard from you. Where have you been?
I was down in Texas visiting my aunt.
Well, pigs can't fly, okay?
Oh, stop!
I'm kidding, okay? Look at my face. Look at this. Look at this thing.
Michael, your head looks like a giant white head, okay? This is... Oh, you know what? No, I need to be nice right now. I'm sorry. It's been days of holding all this rage in.
What's going on with your family, Becky?
Well, my aunt was sick, so I had to go visit her, and we weren't sure how long she was going to have left, so I went down there, and I wasn't sure when I was going to be back.
Aunt is sick.
Yes.
What's going on with your aunt?
She has COPD, so she was having a hard time breathing. Why are you grilling me, Michael?
It's
none of your business.
I'm not really sure. I'm glad that your aunt's okay. Honestly, I am. Her aunt was like a death door. Becky, where are you going? Becky, if you had a family emergency, it's okay. You gotta talk to us about it. Becky.
Oh,
Becky, I get it. You had a family emergency. I get it. That's okay. But you gotta talk to us about it.
How come you didn't answer my phone calls?
Because I knew you were going to be mad.
I understand, though. You had a family emergency. Of course, you had to leave town, right? Who's sick in the family?
My aunt.
And how sick is she?
Well, she has COPD and her breathing was worse, so I had to head down there with family to make sure she would be okay.
So you, your mom, wrestled down there to make sure she was okay?
Yeah, my parents went down before I did.
Well, that's totally understandable. Like, we would have been totally fine with that. Why didn't you tell me about it?
Because I was nervous, especially after everything. I can barely breathe now, especially after everything that happened with Psycho Mom, having to say I would need some time off. I didn't think that would go over very well.
Is your aunt okay?
Yeah, she's doing a lot better now, yeah.
I would argue to say that your aunt's been doing okay. Because I had to look into where you went, and come to find out, some gentleman flew you down to Texas.
We were fucking.
No.
That was a joke.
No, it's not a joke.
No. Where did you hear that?
Becky, are you really gonna lie to me? You spent the entire weekend fucking lying to me. You spent the entire weekend ignoring me, lying to Mike, I guess, sending him stuff like, oh, family emergency, this, that. I know why you were in Texas.
I mean, if I was ignoring you, then technically I wasn't lying to you.
True, but you lied to Mike because you sent him a text message saying that you had a family emergency.
Yeah, you mentioned a family emergency, yes.
You didn't go down there to see your aunt. A guy flew you down there, Becky.
They said I was off. They said I was off most the rest of the year. Technically,
what the fuck? Say he's lying. Say he's wrong.
She can't lie.
No, I plead the fifth. I'm not saying fucking anything.
Oh, what the fuck?
Told you, Mike.
Where the fuck is Tina right now? Oh, what the fuck?
So, while you were away fucking and sucking for money, my fiance was covering for your ass, making a bankload on fucking Queens, alright? Billy the Fridge fucking did double time. He did Rewind and Queens. Zay Zudit, who everyone fucking hates, came up here and got a shit ton of hate just to help out because there was no one to cover Queens. You owe all of us. And tomorrow, for lying about where the fuck you've been, for the shit with Psycho Bomb, which hasn't been fucking resolved, tomorrow, you're gonna be fucked. Tomorrow's D-Day. You think this weekend you got fucked? You wait till tomorrow.
What? Okay. A rich man asked me on a date. What am I supposed to do? Say no?
Oh my god.
Listen, I'm 39, okay?
Super chatting $19.99. Holy crap, Becky, that's insane.
Yes, that is insane. Who said that? Nice and true. Yes, that's insane.
Look, maybe if I made more money here, I wouldn't have to do that to be able to make it till March, okay? And besides, it was a fucking date. It was a date. Just because he has money doesn't mean it's anything else. It's a date. Now I'm gonna start stress drinking my monsters. Fuck.
Oh my god. Becky, you were telling me it was a family emergency.
I mean, it was. I needed money for my family of cats.
Oh
The more I talk, the more I tell on myself, this is not good. I knew I shouldn't have come online as soon as I came back from the airport. This is bad. This is bad. I just thought I should rip off the fucking Band-Aid. But I don't know. There's like one or two people I told. How does Keen know everything?
I don't know. We were talking about it on the show yesterday, but I thought we were just joking around. Like, honest to God, I thought we were trying to force you to come on if you were watching. I had no clue that it was real.
Listen, it's no one's business, okay? When you call off of work, you just have to say you're taking personal time or whatever. You don't even have to give a reason, okay?
You don't work at Walmart. Okay?
So this is $23.99. I'll confess, I flew Becky to Iceland.
See, Michael? See, maybe if you took me on a date sooner, somebody else wouldn't have come along and snatched me. Thank you, honey. I am single now. What about that, Michael? I did it once and I'll do it again.
You're going to leave to be a hooker. You're going to have to clear it with us.
Not a hooker. Nick, what would I make you, my pimp? What the fuck, Michael? Now I have two fucking pimps?
Who's the other pimp?
Team!
I thought you had a real friend for a second. I thought you had a real one.
No, of course I don't have a real... What the fuck? What kind of girl do you think I am? Nickos, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. Honey, you trust Michael. You already blew your chance. Honey, next time the team wants to give you sunglasses, I will go to Iceland myself and hand deliver them to you. Fuck you, Michael.
Yeah, I was concerned.
Yeah, I was concerned too about how the show would do without me, but it looked like it held its own just fine.
What was that then?
Well, it wasn't as good as when I was here, so it just held on. You managed to hold on and let me know that I could just appear for a few days and the show will be alright.
You can't disappear without clearing it with us first.
What do you want to do?
Hang on.
I said, okay, I'm sorry, I sent fucking Psycho Mom some wine, and by the way, I got asked out for a date in Texas. Do you think you would have given me off the time?
Stephanie, what happened first? Oh my god, are you saying that you staged the did you dock Psycho Mom so we would discipline you and you could leave?
No.
Oh, can you fuck? Get back here, can you fuck?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm not that smart. That's you connecting the dots. That's
You know,
my
believe
God.
what you want to believe.
This is crazy.
Listen, I was kicked to Discord.
Falls.
What the fuck else was I
Population
supposed to do anyway with my time? It's not like I
less than
could have
yesterday.
streamed or been productive.
Never been so glad to see backup arrive. Hell, lucky I'm still in one piece.
Motherfucker.
I need you to look for survivors. Subdue any threats. Help me save this town.
Michael, what the fuck? Every fucking show.
I'm watching. Like, I think you put this together. That makes so much sense. But the fun is...
No, because I wanted to do a better store. But...
Max armor. That hurts? Good.
Hey, you knew that we would fire you, or at least kick you off for a while. You knew that it would be like a big deal. Obviously, you know all about the doxing thing. You can't do that because you and Lynx went through all that bullshit, right? You knew that, right? So you purposely did that, knowing that you would have some time off, right? Or even if we didn't like fire you or whatever, or kick you off, you would be able to say to us, I need some time away, this is too much or some shit, which you didn't do. Instead you came up with, my aunt is dying. This is
This is we are dealing with a sociopath here and a liar.
Just use that as slingshot, I'm fucking back.
Luckily, Keemstar can see the evil's heart. I am this.
That's Team Evil too, alright? And that's why he doesn't get rid of me, because he fucking likes it, don't you, Keemstar?
No, I hate people that lie to me.
Keep pushing. We need to find out what caused all this.
Putting
Even
Bradley
if it
up in
turns out
my
it was
place
us.
with her fucking little titties out and throwing $500 at her. Oh, you fucking loved that, didn't you, Keem?
Well, yeah, I love Brantley. Yeah, so I did like my girlfriend being on here. But is she gonna be the new host of Queens? No. You are
This can be dog shit as it is. No need to make it worse. Got it?
You were sprung for this sugar
Oh,
daddy?
God.
That's
Looks like
the
there'll be
thing.
no rest till exfil.
Listen, what they say is true. Everything is bigger in Texas, from the wieners to the wallets.
The women.
I don't know why you're laughing, bro. You just did some evil ass shit. It's like, what's wrong? No. I think she's high right now.
It's funny. It's a little funny. I might still be high from this morning. I took a gummy before I got on the plane. What, Michael?
You on drugs?
I mean, I have. I'm right here. I might be taking this weekend. It's like took the chips and then I definitely did a trip on mushroom gummies.
He is going to be in Texas. How far is this guy from back you? Is he getting
This was really like a work trip. It was a trial run to make sure.
Yeah, this is not a work trip, Becky. Oh, she was working. No, she was working, Mike. She was working. It was a work trip. Her fucking side hustle. What's our cut?
I was making sure I could travel to Texas without problems, okay? Because this way I went to a night club.
No, shut up. Shut the fuck up. You let some guy fly you down to Texas so he could fucking, you could suck him and fuck him or whatever. He paid you money so you could test run whether or not you could travel to Texas for fat camp. That's literally what you're trying to tell us right now. Do you know how fucking retarded that sounds?
Well, I learned
fuck you. Honestly, fuck you.
I learned some things. Like, for example,
If King would stick around, he would realize there's a certain kind of logic to my madness. All right? I went down there and I forgot my pain medication. So I learned if I forget my pain medication, my doctor will not send a prescription for it out of state. So I know when Fat Camp comes, do not forget my pain medication. This was a trial run. Don't you ever drive to the airport before a big flight so you know how to get there?
This guy a fan of the show?
Not as far as I know.
Oh, that was a big... So did he see you on the show and that's how he met you? That means we should get a cut because we were introduced by him.
He didn't meet me from the show. He didn't meet me from the show. But that first fucking show with fucking purple hair, I was... Oh, God. The more I talk, the more I tell on myself. I'm not answering any more questions.
Were you watching the show and he was, like, waving for you to come, like, suck his cock? Is that what was going on?
Michael, it is not like that. It was a proper date.
Like potting the bed, like, what are you watching, bitch? Get over here, so I want to pay you for.
No, we were hanging out together and my stupid phone kept going off right when that show was happening. So he was wondering what was going on. Because my phone and my iPad wouldn't stop, like, ringing.
You guys seeing this? My tacos are burning right now. I can smell my house on fire. That's being sarcastic. Bridget's thing.
My taco was pretty hot itself this weekend.
Oh, gonorrhea.
No.
Okay.
No, different kind of hot, like spicy, caliente.
Like she's got chlamydia, dude. She's got chlamydia.
Stop it. You're just jealous, okay? Because you could have had me, and you were too slow, so I found somebody richer. No, who says you still can? I found somebody richer, okay? Don't be fucking jealous. What?
How much money does this guy have?
More than you. At least he's more generous than you are. He's been sharing.
How do
You're
you
not.
know that's more than me?
Because he shares with me and you don't. So I don't care how much. It doesn't.
Forgiving.
It doesn't matter how much you have if you're not sharing the wealth. That's why it's called spread for bread. You need to spread the bread amongst your brethren. Okay, not try to get a cut of mine.
All right, that's in the Bible. That's Christianity. Okay, that's what are we talking about here? Okay. Becky, what the fuck?
You bitch, nerdy and spicy, saying these men have no standards. Oh, honey, you have no fucking idea. He's extremely prestigious and wealthy. You fucking wish you could pull a man like that.
So someone says your house is fully cleaned and that the Texas... Why would she rather admit to going to Texas to fuck a guy for money than that she cleaned her house? Why would she be more willing to admit that?
If it was a mod, oh my god. What mods have enough money for this?
It is not only Donald Trump who recognizes that Americans are going to feel the pain from the trade war that is now in full swing. Yes, you can look at the stock market and you go, that is ugly if you've got a 401k, if you've got any kind of market exposure, it's terrible. But when you go to the grocery store and the car dealership and Home Depot to get wood, some call it lumber, you're also going to see a problem. And the problem will be higher prices. And it's not only Trump who acknowledges it. Here is radicalized and ugly Republican Congresswoman Nancy Mace, who went on Fox News and acknowledged, she's understated, that she's saying there is a potential risk that Donald Trump's policies will raise prices. Take a look at what she had to say.
This trade war that conducted involving the U.S., Mexico, China, Canada, will drive up consumer prices.
With Canada and Mexico, let's face it, these are the facts. They made their product, and now they can lie. I was just participated in a raid on Friday with ICE and HSI, Homeland Security Investigations, and they were there to deport an individual, a young man, 18-year-old from South America, who a week ago had 3.5 grams of fentanyl, enough to kill 100, maybe 1,000 people or more. These cartels, Tren de Agua, TDA, and the Sinaloa cartel, MS-13 gangs, they're everywhere across my home state of South Carolina, every community across the country. And we have to play hardball to know where the outlaws are, they know where fentanyl is coming in, they know where illegals are coming in, pouring into our country, killing us.
This is one of those situations
the economics are quite simple. You know, there are complicated economic concepts, some of which I learned in college, some of which I've even since forgotten. There are complicated economic concepts. In path through which tariffs raise prices for the average person in the short and medium term is not complicated. And in fact, it's so simple that even somebody like Nancy Mace, who has no idea about economics, gets it and acknowledges it. Now, there's two sort of sides to the push-pull that you have, where these Republicans are increasingly saying, prices may go up they're acknowledging that because Trump has acknowledged it. Prices may go up short-term, but this will be longer term. They are setting themselves up so that no matter what happens, if prices will skyrocket, they can go, no, I support this president, but I can see prices very well can go up. They can get away with it. If Americans win against Trump's policy, these very same Republicans can say, I warned about this, but I still believe that long-term like idea, so that they can also try to stay in Trump's good graces.
Always need to be such a massive twat.
Naked thirst to be adjacent to power are going to say whatever they need to say to try to stay on everybody's good side, which is what a lot of people try to do with Donald Trump. The problem that they're going to run is it's going to be hard 7 months from now when eggs are at another record high, which the USDA is predicting. It's going to be hard to figure out. Fox News is trying to get ahead of it. They put together this list of the goods to be affected by Donald Trump's tariffs. Take a look at this.
It's alike, and thank God for Doge. They're looking at waste, fraud, and abuse. Just got access to Treasury payment accounts to showcase all of the fraud going on, billions and billions of dollars. They're already saving billions of dollars a day. We have to look at spending. We have to look at tax cuts as well. But it's very important. There are multiple factors that go into inflation. We have to recognize that and try to fight our way forward and grow the economy in a way that wages grow with the challenges we have ahead, and that people can afford eggs and gas again. We can't do that right now until we fix the system.
Just looking at scrolling list of some of the products and companies that are going to be affected, it seems like virtually every sector of the American economy potentially could be targeted by these tariffs. And the tariffs that Mexico and Canada have now announced that they will institute against the U.S.
Yeah, they're quite we're going to talk about that in a moment. And so the vote, the USDA, the United States Department of Agriculture, has announced that egg prices will likely hit a record high. They already, since Donald Trump became the president, egg prices reaching $7.09 per dozen. Last week I didn't even notice. I said $7.09 per gallon. I was kind of mixing stuff up. $7.09 per dozen for eggs. This is not only the highest price in 2025. This is not only the highest price of the last decade. This is the highest price ever for eggs, and they seem to be going in the same direction. And that is what I want to talk about next.
Well, I wrote a book after a long journey and a ton of work. I am really thrilled with how it turned out, and I hope you'll read it. The book is called The Echo Machine. And in a nutshell, it looks at how American politics got so broken, who has already figured out solutions, and how we can try to fix it and stop the terror of Trump for the next 4 years. With Trump winning this election, The Echo Machine couldn't be more relevant, not only a warning about how we got here, but also about what might be coming and how to prevent the worst outcomes. We've got to stay engaged. We need a plan, and that's what the book's about. There's a belief out there that unless you have corporate media behind you, you can't have a successful political book launch, that it's not possible. I think we can prove that wrong. Order The Echo Machine today at David Packard.
Thank you.